Welcome to a nondescript construction company yard in Stockton, California. Now obviously those of you who are paying attention know I'm not actually in Stockton. This is very much a virtual recreation because we are in American Truck Simulator and I am driving this thing here, and it's the reason why I'm doing this video. We have a new truck to play with, and oh boy, it certainly is one hell of a truck, let me tell you this. Just on the visual outside here, you've got very much the classic look out here. This, for those who can't see, is a Peterbilt 389. It's the old traditional American lorry out here. This has that very little updating, much like the W900 visually, and I prefer visually this at least over the W900. I think it looks more classic. Sort of the shape of the sleeper cap back there certainly fits more with the earlier models, and overall a very nice thing out here. I have a couple of niggles. The main one is the interior out here, number one, and I can't really fault the game for this. The steering wheel, as you can see, obviously a bit shit. It looks like something you'd find on a Chrysler PT Cruiser. It just doesn't look like something you'd have in a big lorry. Also, why are there no buttons on it? If you drove this in real life, you'd have no way of controlling your cruise control, your radio, your Bluetooth phone thing. Why? Why, Peterbilt? Who at Packard decided that? I don't know, but plainly they're stupid. We'll get moving out here. The other most glaring issue that I have, and it is very likely to get me to actually drop this lorry at some point in the future, is the fact that I can't see the sat-nav screen, because right where the 30 mile an hour marker is, just above that, my genuine steering wheel that I'm holding in my hand is running across that. Now I do hope that they'll add in some sort of cabin interior accessories option like we have in Euro Truck Simulator, because having a sat nav you could plop down on top of your dashboard or on your windscreen would fix that entirely. It is also almost entirely impossible for me to get the little reader monitor down there in the dashboard, the one I'm flicking through here, to actually be shown alongside the indicator line down there. Now I don't need the indicator line, but I quite like having it. In fact, I'll go in here and I'll just quickly move the bits around. I'll lower myself a wee down a bit, and then I'll just tilt it up so I can actually see that thing. I'd rather see that, if I'm honest, than the little thing down there. I'll just have to hope that I know which way I am indicating. See right here, you can't see it, the wheel is in the way. Now I have been told, or rather I read on the SES forums a long time ago, that they would be adding in an option to remove the virtual steering wheel, which I would really appreciate. It's just cumbersome and in the way. We'll try it now, climb in here. I'm using a Cummins engine in this. There is a mod that adds in lots of lovely sounds. I initially had a Packard MX-13, I think they're called, engine in it. I just wanted to give another engine type a go. I don't think it sounds as good as the Packard, so I will probably be changing back to that. And the Tesla back there did actually let me out, which was quite nice. So we'll shift up here. I just don't think the engine noise out here is that engaging. I'll just turn up the audio a bit for myself. Oh, okay, maybe it'll actually work. Maybe I just need to have it a bit louder. That could be it. Oh, yeah. Because that lorry there, okay, that van's actually not... Oh, Christ, and my frame rate's certainly something out here. I'm only getting about 40 frames per second in this. We also need to just quickly have a peek in here and see which way we're going. We're going to over here to San Francisco. Hopefully it won't... Oh, it will be one of those bitches to drop off in, won't it? Yeah, it's quite long, much like the W900, which I actually dropped. I've dropped that a couple of times, just because it's so bloody long of a lorry that you can't really get the whole thing sorted out. We'll swap up here again and just pretty much carry on is all we can do here. It's just very long, these lorries, these traditional American style lorries. I mean, technically everything in this is American style, but certainly these classic ones, not the more aerodynamic ones, which I think is what they're actually called, like the Peterbilt 579 and the... Oh, is it the 579? Yeah, probably is. And the Kenworth, the equal Kenworth, I don't know, I don't really like the way that looks, so I haven't driven it. Well, I have driven it, just not that much. I mean, it's got this weird beige sandy interior that I don't really like, and just the whole dashboard layout wasn't quite as nice as the Peterbilt, so that's what I have been driving. And I think this is, well, the lorries, I think they've said will always be free when they add in new lorries out here, but map updates from this point on will not be free. Well, apart from the rescale that's coming, but that's as a game update, not as an additional DLC. And one question that I've been thinking about is what in the bloody hell will they be doing once they add in multiple states? Like, you start out here obviously with Arizona, with California, and Nevada as the starter states, and that will carry on for everyone. So if you buy the game now, you will have all of those 3 states. But if they add on more states later on, you are kind of have to buy it like everyone else. But what happens if you start out... Oh shit, I stalled it there because I was in the wrong gear. So low. And we've got to do heat and towing. Oh, I'm dirt rallying this motherfucker. Yeah, dirt rally. But let's go third. Let's not be bold. So we are indicating to a side here, so we just make sure. Clear. I know it says full stop, but I don't know why not just put a roundabout or traffic light there. I don't understand America's obsession with stop signs. There are better ways of doing it that are safer. Let's swap it up here. Yeah, 5 high, that seems fine. I have a 13-speed Eaton Fuller transmission in it. I have been considering trying out a Allison 6-speed automatic, but I feel like that's a bit blasphemous in these kind of lorries here. I also feel like I need to update my track IR settings just a bit, just to get it felt right. There we go, there's the Kenny W900. It's the old school one. It looks nice. I think it looks absolutely smashing. It is just mostly an aircraft carrier on a public road, and you just have absolutely no reason to have that. It's massively large. I think that was my... Oh no, here. Oh god, we're going to have a crash. No, they let me out. That was kind of them. I don't know what the rule was there, but I kind of just forced my way out in this. It's one of the few concessions that I do make, is just barge your way into traffic. But overall, visually this lorry, going back to this, it looks very nice indeed. Up here, which ones are the... I've got to go here with the... pass. Is this a pass? Yeah, it is a pass. We can just go through here. Got a wave. Always wave. Always be nice. Always be nice to these chaps. Or chapettes, whatever you want to call the woman. They do stuff too, you know. They're allowed to vote and drive. They're even allowed to run for president. Oh shit, that's today. Fuck, sorry. I won't mention that again. I forgot that was actually today. At least for a brief moment, thankfully. But we have seen also in terms of lorries, going back to the game, with lorries is a Volvo. If you go on steamdb.com and you look up American Truck Simulator, you can actually see that they have, since before the game actually launched, there has been some Volvo VNL files, so that is pretty much coming. It's pretty much all but confirmed. They have actually shown it off a long time ago as well on the blog, alongside a Freightliner and the International Lone Star. But those 2 final ones, they were sort of more on a, yeah, we could probably do this if we are allowed to. And that is the whole licensing issues and actually getting them approved, because SCS Software has, as far as I know, have to get approval from the, or final signed off from the actual truck manufacturers. Like with the Mercedes new Actos they added in, they had to go in and I think actually had to present it to the Mercedes-Benz truck. I don't know if it was a trucking division or it was just Daimler-Benz in general, and have it signed off by them when they finished making it. And presumably they've done the same thing here. I know Kenworth or Packard, they did not want the W900 to be in the game from release. On a business standpoint, they did not want people to see these old non-aerodynamic lorries as their first thing. They wanted it to be the aerodynamic trucks, because obviously they're more aerodynamic and more fuel efficient. And I think the only reason why they're still making these old ones is because people want them. I think they'd much rather be making aerodynamic and more fuel efficient, just from a fleet standpoint. As far as I can work out, larger fleets, they tend to buy the aerodynamic trucks out here. Oh Christ, I'm murdering this engine. Yeah, don't like it anyway. Let's see out here. So I swapped out the engine. Now let me see out here, because there is actually a... no, it doesn't. There's a running hour down on the left-hand side and the rev count at the top line. As far as I worked out, that is hours run, and that is in-game hours run, not real-life hours. Obviously, I haven't played this lorry for 40 hours. You can also see down there by my total trip time or total trip distance, my odometer, mileometer, whatever you want to call it. That certainly hasn't even peaked. It's just gone over 1,600 miles in this. Yeah, look at our speed being very good out here. And now the sat-nav thing is kind of an issue, because I have to try and position the whole camera thing so I can actually look between the steering wheels here, the virtual one and the real one. So that's just a bit of annoying. And that really is the main selling point right now, at least until we get the rescale version here. I just wanted to try and jump back into this to get a feel for this lorry, and I quite like it. But the rescale is coming fairly soon by, you know, video game developer time distance, especially a small developer, I guess. Yes, they've actually said on the forums or on their blog, I think it was, when they released the Peterbilt here, that they are very close to showing that off to us. So I'm expecting to have that around probably before the new year. I wouldn't be surprised if they waited to release it until until December some point, so we have that to play with over Christmas, and that would make me very happy indeed. When there's nothing like filling your tummy all day with like food and then playing this at night, or doing it the other way around. Just generally lots of food will be consumed at that point, and this might actually be one of the few games that I could actually play while doing so. So that is very nice indeed. But we're delivering our digger machine in here somewhere. We just got to find out where. So turn in here. Christ, got to get it in here. Now the gearboxes work differently. Again, I'm using an H pattern shifter with that came with my G27 wheel. And the gear shifting systems work differently based on Euro and American Truck Simulator. This one won't allow you to change between your range and your splitter if you are in gear, whereas you can in Euro Truck Simulator, so that just leads to lots of really awkward situations. And where are we dropping off our digger? Oh, it's over there. Just there. Okay, got it. Yeah, we can pretty much just snip it around out here. Just got to bring it in here, just got to be real gentle. There is definitely something far cooler about driving this than my trusty Scania from Euro Truck Simulator. This just feels so right. I've got to get it in third. Oh no, we might actually want to get it in second here. I just commence to turn here. Oh, we've got to be real careful here. I don't think I'm going to make it actually, if I'm honest. I think, chaps and chapettes, we won't do it. Oh, we might actually. I have virtually no feel for how long this thing is. I have had a pretty decent feel for my Peterbilt 579. Bring it in here. Is it called a 57 or 5? Hang on, what's it actually called? We've got to get it right here. So truck browser. That's just a little quick tip out here. If you have yet the 579, it is a bloody lovely lorry, I have to say. Very pretty indeed. I just unlocked the, what are they called in here? Oh, yeah, these SCR Echo out here. Basically removes your exhaust pipes and just let it out back here somewhere. Just top nice. Just absolutely smashing. It is nice. I've just driven it quite a lot, so I'm just enjoying something a bit different that looks a bit different. This is more rugged, you know. This is sort of like how you want to be perceived, like a big burly thing. In actual fact, I'm more like a Ford Transit. But how do we... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, that's not the sound I want to hear. We're just a bit bumpy there, I think, if we just lean over here. Yeah, if we jam it into reverse and we turn a bit. Right, we should do this. Actually, hang on. Let's get out here and have a look before we do anything. So, yeah, just a wee... Just back, and then... Yeah, got it. I sound confident up here, but again, got to fake it till you make it. So I am not even the slightest bit confident here. Obviously, right now, I can see a bit of an exhaust pipe and a construction yard. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, we are too far over to the right. Right, yeah, we are too far to the right. And I think I'm getting bogged in here on a hill. So just, yeah, that's not good. That's no good. Are we in gear? Yeah, we are. So, do this, get out and have a look. See? Oh, yeah, just a bit of an incline there. So, forwards a bit, and then we can jam it back into reverse. Nope, wrong, forwards. Release handbrake. Pull, up to throttle, up to throttle. We don't like the cushion in this thing. We want to burn it down. Reverse, reverse, reverse. Just get a bit of beautiful here as we get over that little hill. Oh yeah, look at me. Shit, we had items on the inside, didn't we? Well, probably not anymore. We can buy new ones, right? Oh, there's some valves very close there. Forwards. Just bring it over a bit so we can actually try and line it up a bit more straightish. Sort it here. Right. Reverse, and try and straighten it into the little spot they wanted in. Come on, no. Come on, don't get bogged down, Come on, power. Come on. Oh, I think we're stuck. Yeah, we are. Forward. Okay, right, now we're just going to give it a bit full here. We've got it set up. Reverse, come on. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, it's a new lorry. You know, it's got to be running somehow. Yes, this'll do it. Yes, this'll do it. See, yep, they're happy, I'm happy. Okay, handbrake. Do this bit here. They'll just drop the thing. Yep, smashing, thank you, just give me all the money, please. Oh, yes indeed, yes indeed. So we now got to see if we can find a different job out here. Let's try external contracts first. I found a job that suited my needs, although not the one I kind of hoped. We're going to Camp Verde in Arizona. The only reason why I'm going there is because I haven't actually visited Camp Verde yet. So that's pretty much all we have to do. It's a bunch of frozen food from a skipper down here by the seaside. Now I'm quite interested to see how long this trailer is because it might be quite long. I do prefer the shorter reefers, but I'm not entirely sure we can actually do that. Yeah, we're clear. Yeah, we're clear. We don't have anything on the back, so we are good to go here. So swap up into 5 high. 5 high. It just goes 6 high. I mean, the speed limit is 13 miles an hour in town. Oh, we don't need to make a corner up here, so let's just prepare, slow down. We can actually turn right on red, which is very lovely. That is a nice feature. Certainly makes it a lot easier to do drivey games. You just make sure you turn right all the bloody time and you're golden. But where we're going at here, we'll leave it in 4th and let the engine run its course. We're going in here, and where is the trailer located? Right there, smashing job. What we can do is go in. I know what I can do. Oh, look at that container. That's had a bit of a moment. Swing it round. Some people are not getting their packages today. Oh, that does look like to be a long one. Come to stop here, we can put on our 4-way flashes. Reverse. Yeah, but I don't know why I bother look over my shoulder here. I'm not going to see much, am I? But I'm concerned about actually bumping into the container. I was about to say that I wasn't, but, you know, it's my lorry. I don't want to damage it. We can go over here then. See, this is clever of me. So we'll just swing these round. Right. We can actually see a bit more behind us than in the W900. That's the wrong trailer that we can see there. We're not far enough away. Yeah, this is America. I forgot about that. They do things a little bit different. Hang on. Oh yeah, they see that? They did that little back window there just to make it a bit easier for us when we attach trailers. Because we can just look over in our mirror. It is actually easier in these non-aero, the traditional lorries, to actually just use your mirrors to hook it up out here, although I am missing it by a country mile. So we can bring it over here. Forward, stop, before we hit anything. Reverse in again here. We seem to be lining up a bit better, don't we? Yeah, we do. So if I just keep going back here, just nice and gentle, nice and gentle. See, we're coming up on this thing right here. It's coming up and... oh! Handbrake, neutral. Couple it up. What do we got? We got it hooked up. First gear. Stop the 4-way flashes. Forward motion. Let's make sure we're doing a decent drive. No, immediately I am going to disagree with you here. Let's just take the interstate number 5. I don't want to go through this junction here. I'll lean over to the microphone. You probably prefer this a bit more. But I'll avoid this junction right here onto whatever road that is, Interstate 15. It is an absolute pain in the arse when you are coming that way there. In fact, we can actually plot this down here. We might want to do this route that they actually have here. That seems fairly decent. Down and then no. We want to stay on the interstate. It's a lot quicker because we'll have to go on a local road here. We can just stay on the interstate, which is faster. And then we drop it off there. Smashing job indeed. So that is sorted. We will head on the road if I can close it there. Smashing. Now that means that we are leaving San Francisco. Lovely San Francisco here. By the same way that we came in over the not Golden Gate Bridge. I've only been over the Golden Gate Bridge once. And it's one over here. It's the least, you know, convenient of them all. I just took it because I want to go over, you know. But we have to also actually make a right at one point, don't we? But we need to also increase our speed to 30 miles per hour. Over here, yep, see. Could you just not be on my outside, please? Oh, the sodding overtake. Oh, Christ, okay, I'll slow down and let you pass then. I suppose that's what I'm supposed to do, or it's a typical Honda driver. Look at this. We are going out here because we are making a turn straight ahead here. I know that was quite contradictory, but just up the road here we are making a turn to the left-hand side, right by the traffic lights. And I'm only averaging about 30 to 40 frames per second. I think it's because we're in town and I'm recording at the same time. So we'll swap it into the lower splitter range thing here. We'll try it here and use a bit of engine braking. It's smashing. Come to a stop here. And just wait. And now we just got to do the climb. I will immediately... Okay, well, oh, fine. Thank you. Yeah, it gets a bit confusing also in Euro Truck Simulator because the AI very much takes the opposite approach of what you would expect in real life when you indicate. They immediately come to a stop and let you turn. So I usually try not, indicate when I'm stopped because I don't want oncoming traffic to stop for me. We need to go back down into low out here. We are climbing this mountain here. We just do it as slow as we can. We just do it in 4th gear because we have those gears selected here. So we are pretty much committed to it unless we need to go down into 3rd, which I hope not. This is not good for the fuel economy. But the alternative would be to, stall, so that's fine. Maybe I can actually just lift off a little bit here. I can't change up now. I have very much committed until it flattens out a bit. We may actually have a chance here. For example, so let's try and go for here, 5th low. Yep, there we go. So now we actually selected a different gear. We can actually use a bit more so we don't have the wheels of the trailer in the hard shoulder. There could be all sorts of debris in there that we don't want to run over. Speed limit 55, yeah, I'm aware, but I'm in a big old lorry, so we are just climbing through the gears, nice and gentle. We'll just take the motorway, the 5 down, and then hook over and onto the 15, and follow that pretty much all the way over until we get to Phoenix, I reckon, and then north from there. That shouldn't be too hard at all. I found my way into a little truck stop, and we are sleeping for the night. My drive time is nearly up for the day, so we just got to note it in here and get ready to sleep for the night. Here we go. So stop, neutral, handbrake, lights off, power off. Time to go to bed. Now I think they changed the drive time regulations because beforehand you definitely could drive for 4. Now I definitely think they changed the drive time regulations at some point with an update at one point because beforehand I was able to drive for 14 hours and sleep for 10, which I could pretty much manage, but now it seems to be very much more fluent, and I'd rather have the ability to manage my bloody sleep here because I prefer to drive during the daytime. You can actually see what's going on. I mean, it seems kind of pointless, to be playing a video game to drive about when you can't actually see what's going on around you. So, yeah, there we go, got the indicator situation sorted. We can't see that, we can see it from here. So we'll pull out here, we'll just get accelerated up out here onto the motorway again. Again, this is a World of Trucks job, which means that it is a real life clock that is counting, not an in-game one. So you can actually drive slower, or you can rest or drive in a different kind of situation, depending on what you want to do. Like I've used it in the past in Euro Truck Simulator with the trailers, the flatbed one or the low loader ones, where you have to transport, like a digger for example. They're only allowed to do 70 kilometers an hour, but the game doesn't really take that into account. So with a Euro Truck or with the World of Trucks mode, you can just drive at 70 without being penalised. And we are not being pulled into the way station, which is lovely. I don't want to go in there. There's no sort of electronic pass thing, so you have to pull in and be checked out every now and then. I don't know if that's a thing that happens. Well, yeah, it does. So I suppose that's a bit realistic. You just don't have the thing mounted. We're sort of, oh Christ, we're going as fast as a very fast thing. Let's slow it down here, and we'll just get cruise control set at 55. We are just west of Los Angeles. Actually, we are now just west of Los Angeles because that was the city limit right there on the sign. We are proceeding westwards. We should be coming up here to a motorway just up the top of this hill thing here. We may just nip down here in 5th, so we have a bit of leeway here when we climb the hill. We can see very little out there because the bloody sun is there, and we're just at the shop corner there. Now the thing to keep in mind if you are coming over from Euro Truck Simulator is the trailers can be very long, much longer than you were used to, and the whole truck thing is just longer as well. So combined you have stuff that's very long indeed. You just got to keep that in mind when you make turns and when you drive, and you just have to be a bit more careful, I find. Other than that, there's not terribly much to come for. In terms of difference, a lorry is a lorry. You change gear, you turn the wheel, and indicate, and do the wishy-wipey thingy, and everything else is pretty much the same. You just got to get accustomed to it. I'm still not accustomed to reversing with this thing. As you saw with our little delivery job in San Francisco, it just doesn't really, whole thing is just proportionally wrong. And I think those little things you see just above the little cabin light, I think that's for the CB radios, but we don't have those, and well, really it would just be a cosmetic thing. But then again, these trucks do feel barren when you look at what you can create in Euro Truck Simulator these days with the add-on they made, and with all the additional mods that has come out since then that supports it, like RJL's truck. I've been playing Farming Simulator recently, can you hear that? But those trucks out there, especially his Scania R, which is what I'm driving in there, combined with Sizzle's interior mods and the Mighty Griffin DLC, superb, absolutely superb. My only request is there will be some sort of usable sat-nav that you could mount on the dashboard. There are some tablet modes available, but it just doesn't work for me. It's kind of squishy together and you can't position it correctly, and just a bit more finicky when you have the windshield ones out here. And by the way, why haven't we seen any GPS, any kind of real GPS systems being attempted out here? That could be something to look at if I was SCS Software. Maybe get Garmin or TomTom on board and get one of their systems, or one or more of their systems in-game with the right graphics and that. That would be really cool, just to have that sitting on your dashboard or over there. Like, they're pretty big, those the trucking GPSs they have. I've seen a couple of those and they're pretty big, so they're very nice. It would be nice to have that in game, because one of the few issues is actually seeing where you're going ahead of time, because it's so condensed. Also in Euro Truck Simulator that it can be difficult to work out where you're turning. So just having it like they had in GTA 4, if you remember that, there was a little pling if you set a route in some of the cars. It would just go pling just before you got to where you had to make a turn or something. I'd like to see that in here, because you can, especially with the way this is positioned down here, you can be caught out by a sudden turn up ahead. I've been caught out many a times because I don't have the sat nav easily viewable, especially in this, where when I'm sitting driving like this, I basically cannot see the red line at all. I can just see the speed limit because it's just being obscured. So having that little pling just to tell you, hey, you need to pay attention, you're about to turn, or the road's about to do something that you need to take into consideration. It's just those things that would be nice to see eventually. We're in the suburbs of Phoenix, Arizona, and we are going to Camp Verde, so we'll follow the signs up to there. We should be coming up to a bit of a weirdy spaghetti junction, but we're not turning off here, we're continuing down here. And then what are we doing? Am I doing this right? Am I going the right way? Oh yeah, I don't know why it wanted us to go up there. That certainly seems like a lot worse, so let's continue down here. There's a couple of these junctions, which will be quite interesting to see what they would have done for the rescale in terms of these. If there will be more or the same, or they'll just be bigger and more complex. Certainly very nice. And also worth keeping in mind with the rescale is once, in 5-10 years when they actually have all 50 states in here. Oh, could we need to go over then, I reckon, into the other lane, or does it? Yep, we've got to do that. Is exactly how big will this game be once we have all 50 states in the US? Oh, yeah, okay. We've got a brake actually. Retard. Yep, nice and gentle. There we go. We don't want to tip over. It will be massive, mahoosive, incredibly large, and it will be interesting to see if it is actually too large for the game engine to handle, because that might be a thing. Maybe this old game engine won't be cut out for it. Let's hope it is though, because it will be quite nice. Okay, especially if they begin to spit them out with some sort of semi-regular release pattern. It's been kind of sporadic until now, in part and in fairness due to the fact that they are overdoing a major aspect of the whole map, which is the scale. That'll be quite nice. Just straight out the back, you'll have a lot more driving area. Straight up and down the line with all the different states that are added on, the sort of domino effect of that, or the snowball effect, will be absolutely huge, and it will be pretty incredible once we have just the whole western seaboard, all of that added on, all those states. Like, that whole area will be huge just to drive on, and then hopefully we'll see states added on pretty quickly after that as well, because the more the merrier, as far as I can say. The more the merrier. Once we get all of that added in, you know, once we have like 10 states, I mean, frankly, we're pretty set to go for quite a while. And they just keep adding on more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. It will also be at the end of that time where you just don't really see that much of the whole map. It'll just take you that long to go past. And that does bring up, will it be the largest video game map? Because the thing, well, I mean, you can obviously go out with some of those space games and that, but that doesn't really count, because how much of that is just empty space that you're just traversing through? Like, how much of that is actually stuff you interact with? Whereas in this, you're driving all over. I can certainly only think of the other SCS games that are of... Oh, Christ, yeah, that's a bit stupid by me. So let's sort of break here. We might actually even be going off here. We are, in fact, going off right here. So, yeah, that was just doubly stupid by me. Over here. So, bring it in here. We've got to slow down as well. Yeah, the whole scale of the thing will be bloody massive, which is nice. It'll give you a real sense of incredibleness. Slow, 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 slow. Yep, we don't want to, you know, nudge the thing. Oh, no, we just got to get it into low mode. Not to throttle. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I don't like this clutch. We might as well just burn it all down, right? That's the right thing to do. We've got to come to a stop here. The stop sign says so. But then my lorry feels like it shouldn't. Right, we've got to get this done sort of quite wide. What are you doing? What are you playing at? Post it, get a fucking move on. So we'll just nip over here. Gotta go forwards a bit. We seem to be clear over there. So I'll just try and sit back and take it round here. The trailer stays on the hard black stuff. And Camp Verde, right here we are delivering. Oh, don't tell me we're going in there. Ooh, no, 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 no. So where is it being dropped off in that yard? Can we see it from out here? Hopefully it's not in between the trailer. Oh no, it's not, it's right there. So that's actually quite easy for us to do. So I'll go for wave flashing here. I'm going to drop it into second. And we'll swap it in here. We've got to do this right, we've got a plan from the start. We've just got to also make sure shit we can actually get the whole sodding trailer in. So I'll try and straighten up here and I'll view. Yeah, we can. Oh fuck yeah, this is the long one. So yeah, we got it in. So if I drive down here with the front, try and avoid clipping that too much, although we can't avoid actually clipping it just a bit. We pull in here, over there by the Magnum. Forward a bit. There we go. Alright, let's go into third person and see what we will see here. We'll engage handbrake. Oh shit, I forgot to release it from gear. Right, well, photo mode it is. Always a good little trick here. Photo mode. And we are sitting over here and we are putting the lorry off. We can't get far enough out. So basically what we will be doing then is reversing, and we'll be edging it around here. Coming around. I'm saying this because maybe I'll actually do it for once. In here. And we will be reversing into that slot over there. Thankfully, we will be having it on our left hand side, not our right. That is one of the most annoying things, is when you have to go in blind. Okay, there's yellow lights outside. Oh, I think it's just a, you know, garbage truck. Could also be one of those little gritter things. So bring this thing round. This is a long trailer. Yep, I'm now having lots of beepy noises. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can, but that's a lorry reversing outside. So we are in the lorry reversing club right here. We got plenty of room on our passenger side. Bring it round here. I'm going to go quiet now because I'm thinking. I'm concentrating. Oh, I have no idea how long the bonnet is. Thankfully, oh. So keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Now, this is actually going okay. However, I have absolutely no idea when I need to start actually commence my turn here. We'll try and start it here, just do a nice and long, gentle turn, which in my mind means that we won't use so much of our right-hand side. And we have got some grass and a wall there, and I think, you know, those supermarkets will be unhappy about us leaving tyre marks up there. So let's try and avoid that. We just got to basically now try and bring the actual lorry with us over. Although it does seem more than likely that we need to perhaps pop onto the little grass wire with just the front wheel. But maybe we can just rub it against that here. Like see here, for example, now we need to actually correct a bit of the steering. And I think we are riding the actual curb line over there. Bring it in, try and correct it a bit more. Holy shit, am I actually doing this the first time? I mean, I shouldn't say that before I've actually done it, but I think I actually managed to get a sodding thing gone here. It's a good thing we weren't going over there by the actual loading dock, because that would never have happened. Holy, shut your face up. Oh, I'm beautiful. It's true. Handbrake, neutral, decouple, and we'll just let it sink off, and I'll just sit here and I'll just feel quite proud of myself, frankly. Just show the lock here. So what did we do? Oh, we didn't get a level, but you know, we can't get it all. But I think with that, it's probably a good time to end this video. I hope you've enjoyed this American trucking video. Goodbye for now.